Iowa City was one of a number of places right here in Iowa which saw numerous social justice protests over the summer months following the Minneapolis death of George Floyd.
Demonstrations filled with college-age protesters have gotten a response now from city leaders.
Well, tonight, KWW reporter Travis Breeze tells us how some longtime residents of the area are now focused on bridging the movement to create some lasting change.
Fred Newell started a nonprofit to help underserved youth in 2012. During his time here, he says he's seen a lot of positive changes happen in Iowa City. He also says that the current passion from people of all backgrounds is very encouraging, but it needs the input of people raising black families in Iowa City.
Neil, did you share your low?
This is the Young Fathers Support Group for Fred Newell's nonprofit, Dream City.
What is my high? We here, man. I get excited when other fathers definitely are excited about, what they're bringing into the world, and I know they're going to be responsible enough, right?
For him, there's a strong connection between parenting and racial justice.
What world am I leaving my kids to be a part of?
Some in this group recount times they've had a confrontation, like a coworker saying they're boycotting sports that take a stand.
Like him seeing all that, all the riots and stuff, he missing the point that innocent black people are getting killed, and that's what they really protesting.
Newell reminds them to pause and think in these moments.
Just make sure whatever action that you take is going to be an action that you can live with, and also think about your child.
He would also like to see the Iowa Freedom Riders pause and think before doing some things like marching onto the interstate. While this gets the whole city's attention, he feels the disruption and police friction makes some resist change.
It closed some people off before change can even happen.
In his mind, the protests should wake people up, but the real change happens elsewhere.
The only way change will happen is not necessarily the protest, but if our community would rise up together and say, you know what, they're protesting for a reason. Let's figure out what that reason is.
Newell's trying to stress that with everyone who comes through Dream City, sharing their experiences in a healthy way in the workplace and around town.
Now that I'm clear-minded, I'm gonna just sit down and try to educate him and make him feel just a little bit of my pain being like a black man.
Hopefully, education will lead to action.
There are just a lot of different narratives that are being pushed. And the one narrative that can be pushed is change must happen now.
Newell is adding pictures like this to the top floor of Dream City right now. Each one is a community member in Iowa City that he wants the kids to learn about and look up to. He says over the next few months, he's going to work to introduce people like this to some of the protest organizers to truly bridge the movement. In Iowa City, Travis Breeze, News 7, KWWL.
Yeah, Travis, hey, thank you very much. Yeah, very progressive, innovative thinking there and statements. The city of Iowa City, as you know, really has been trying to foster a community-wide response itself.
City Council members approved framework for a new Truth and Reconciliation Commission last night, creating a space to share and learn from injustice.
That's right, Abby. In fact, tonight, members of the City Council and the mental health advocacy organizations met at Mercer Park in Iowa City earlier this evening to talk about community policing locally. Some of the Iowa Freedom Riders that we spoke about earlier and other community members also attended tonight. The city, by the way, as you know, in our earlier reports, has committed to restructuring the Iowa City Police Department in 2021.